That one time when I was told to copy somebody else's funnel. Now that happens, unfortunately, and I was approached by one of the sales coaches to actually go ahead, copy somebody else's funnel, including the messages, the sequences, the landing pages, and pretty much everything, and set up a challenge funnel on Facebook. Now the reason why I refused to do it, even though they were ready to pay quite a lot, is because there's no one size fits all funnel. So that's one of the main things I want you to remember when you're thinking about funnels. No matter how well somebody figured out a funnel, no matter how good the messages they set up are, they are not going to be relevant to what you've got to offer. So you always have to tailor the messages, tailor the funnel, add some valuable, unique content. Why? Because you would like to connect with you will know who it is, your ideal clients. If you are copying somebody else's funnel down to the last headline and copy, you're going to connect with their ideal clients, not yours. So it's never going to work for you. So there's no one size fits all. There's amazing templates out there, but you always have to have a strategy. So when we build a funnel, what we usually start with, and this is unconventional and unorthodox, this is the big question we ask. What do you want to come out at the end of the funnel? Do you want leads, sales, how many, how much money? I put the dollar sign there as well as the pound sign. So without us knowing what you want to get out in the end, you will not be able to construct all that. And that's one of the misunderstandings of digital marketing strategy. And that's why 99% of funnels fail, because you don't think with the end in mind. So when we are approached by a marketing department or a business owner and they ask us, can you build us a funnel? This is the number one question we ask. How many leads you want, how many sales you want to make, and then we basically reverse engineer the whole process. So to get, let's say, 300 leads and let's say 20 sales, you need to have, on this level, you need to have at least 1,000, that level you need 10,000, and so on. So then we go back and say, how can we get all the traffic that's targeting that little person there, your ideal customer, to flow into the funnel and to come out there as a result. And then we can also look at which are the most cost-effective traffic sources, because to get 10,000 visitors, unless you're an SEO guru, you're not going to get it just organically unless you have tons of following. I mean, any single candidate Grant Cardone can do it, Tony Robbins can do it, but they already have the following. If you don't have the following, you've got to figure out how to get people to enter there. What is the irresistible offer we can make them? So that's why I always say make them an offer they can't refuse, because if you lose them there, there's nothing going through the funnel. So you want to capture as many as possible in the beginning. So your landing page conversion for a lead should be minimum 5%, but I've seen 25-30%. It depends on the offer. But you always have to start designing this process from the end in mind. What do you want to get out of it? And how far you want to go to grow your business, because that's another question we have to ask our clients. Because let's say I get you 100 new customers, can you handle it? Because if you can't handle the extra workload and you don't have the capacity already, your reviews will go down. That means conversions will go down, and you actually killed the funnel. So that's very important that you are ready for the extra capacity. You are ready to invest in traffic, either time or money, and you know each step. But that's pretty much our job, to design every step in collaboration with you to make sure that you are able to get what you wanted in the initial discussion. So that's basically the backstage of funnel building, and I just wanted to get rid of the misconceptions regarding building funnels, because loads of people will say, oh, it's easy, just plug in a template, it's done, and I charge you £500. It's not that easy, especially if it's a custom funnel like ours, because we usually build our funnels from scratch. So even though we are familiar with all the funnel builders and we have built funnels on them, so if the client already has an account, we will be happy to do that. But for longevity, it is definitely a better option to build it within your website, so you can go in, tweak it, and you don't have to change everything else. Plus, it's probably long term, it's probably more cost effective as well to have your website to host your entire funnel and integrate it into your entire marketing system. So if you would like to learn more about funnels, I've got an amazing blog at marketingfunnel.website, which has loads of tips, loads of resources. But if you would like to know, okay Laura, you've got to do this and that and that and loads of things, I'm not sure I'm ready for it, I don't know if I've got enough followers, I don't know if my reputation's there, I would advise you to go ahead and check out our sales funnel quiz. Now the sales funnel quiz is an amazing tool which tells you, okay, are you ready for a funnel, or do you need to work on something before you invest in a funnel? Because it's not cheap. It does take hundreds of work hours. I mean, we've got a small team, but we share the load from design to implementation to automation to coding and everything else. But it is hundreds of work hours to set up custom funnel. So if you're not sure whether or not you are ready for all this as a big project, obviously you can still plug into ClickFunnels and try your luck. I'm not saying it's an amazing tool. I'm a massive fan of Russell Brunson, and he does teach you everything you need to know about funnels, really. The question is, do you really want to learn it? Because if you don't, we are probably one of the expert agencies out there who can help you. So go ahead, take the big sales funnel quiz. If you get the answer that you are ready for a funnel, I would recommend that you go on the next stage, which is the sales funnel cost calculator. And it is another tool which will estimate the cost of how much it's going to cost you to get an agency to set up that funnel. Obviously, that calculator doesn't take into consideration the cost of traffic and advertising and everything else and the software, but it still gives you a really good idea of what you should be doing or not doing with your funnel. So I will put the links at the bottom of this video for you to check it out. And if you've got any questions, leave a comment. I'm happy to answer. I actually love talking about funnels, in case you haven't noticed. So it's Laura from Elements Marketing. We are a lean sales funnel agency in the United Kingdom. Thanks for listening. Bye.